Hi all, I'm doing a lot better, and I've almost finished up the antibiotics I'm on, and Matt and I have both been able to go back to work. He got very sick as well. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about Holter monitors. And currently I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to keep the Holter monitor on my pants since now I'm pregnant. My belly's pretty big, and it's hard enough to keep my pants up as it is, but now I'm going to have a Holter monitor to check my heart rate. And I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be a little tricky. Um, Let me give you some backstory here. The backstory is, as a dysautonomia or POTS patient, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or even a neurocardiogenic syncope patient, or vasovagal syncope patient, uh, we often have to have Holter monitors, which are heart monitors to check in on our heart rate to see whether our heart palpitations are, I guess, the regular normal heart palpitations, as if that's normal in itself, or whether it's like AFib, which could be, very seriously deadly heart kind of rhythm. Um, so every time you get a new cardiologist, they tend to want to do a Holter monitor just so they can kind of get a baseline on what you're like. I haven't had a cardiologist in a while because at this point, I kind of know how to take care of myself. I'm not taking heart medication, haven't for many years now. I had too many issues with the beta blockers, and I'd have to be on steroids for the beta blockers. It was complicated and exhausting, and it made me sicker rather than better. Anyway, so I now have a new cardiologist, though, because I'm pregnant, and my OBGYN wants to figure out the best method for delivering the baby. And I had said I probably need a C-section. Well, in order for my insurance to cover the C-section, I need to be able to justify the reasoning behind the C-section, that it's not elective, but that it is something that's necessary. And my OBGYN really doesn't know anything about POTS. And so he works with a cardiologist at the same hospital. I don't know how much she really knew about POTS. I did feel a little bit rushed when it almost felt more like an interview rather than an examination, but I did like her. She seemed smart. She seemed pretty efficient. Would have liked to have spent more time with her, but I felt like I didn't get to give her as much information as I wanted to. So hopefully that didn't screw me over, but she wants me to do a heart Holter monitor, and she had set me up with one before I got sick, and then I didn't set it up because I was sick, and it felt like we weren't going to get a good reading then anyway. I don't know, maybe I should have just set it up then. Maybe I would have because I had tons of heart palpitations while I was sick. So now it's like, did I make the right decision? Should I have just worn it while I was sick? I don't know. But basically, in the past, Holter monitors were huge. I mean, they were like this big and like that thick, and you had to hook them onto you, and you could see that you were wearing something. It was weird, and you'd have to have a landline at home, and you'd have to play back the heart rhythm over the landline, and it would go like as your heart rate over the landline, and then that device, computer, whatever, would record it for you, and then that would end up back to the doctor as like a printed out thing. It's really weird and kind of archaic, and of course hardly anyone has a landline now. So when she told me that I'd have to have a Holter monitor, I was like, oh God, like this shit again, right? And the first time I had a monitor many years ago, like maybe 15 years ago, I had to actually go to an office and have it set up and do all this like formality of stuff. This time it was mailed to me, and it's a lot smaller. It looks like this. So it's still the size of like a cell phone that I'd have to hook up to my person, and but it's not. It's maybe half the size as the old Holter monitors. And so I'm setting that up today. The problem is that, like, particularly the pants I'm wearing now, they're kind of lightweight, and they're at my at-home pregnancy pants, basically. I have a hard enough time keeping them up as it is because they've stretched out because of my belly, and then it's like I can't explain it. They're just not sticking to me. My other pants that I tend to wear and I'll wear at work are exercise pants, but now they're starting to get too small. Like in the past week or so, they're a little too tight on me. They feel a little uncomfortable. So I haven't been wearing them as much, like around the house or anything. And they could probably withstand the Halter monitor, but it's still going to be like exercise pants trying to hold up this like telephone basically, or cell phone basically, which is still kind of heavy, right? So we'll see how that goes, because I'm not wearing belts now that I'm pregnant. I'm just not. So that's an issue I did not foresee. Like never really thought about that, but it's an issue. I have to wear this, I think, at least for a week. It might be 2 weeks. I have to check back in with the doctor's office because I can't remember. But I just wanted to go through with you, what I have to do in order to set this thing up. And basically, they give you a pamphlet here. And the pamphlet's pretty easy to read, and it's a good thing. But what I'm going to be doing is they give you some of these to stick on yourself, those sticky things that you can never get all of them off of you. If you're ever in the emergency room, you come home, you find another 2 like under your boob or somewhere weird. And you're going to take the 2 leads, there's 2 leads, and you're going to go ahead and stick them onto here first before you try to stick them onto you. Excuse me. Yeah, I still have a cough. So put those on there. And now I've got to stick, basically I'm going to have to stick one like up my shirt. Hold on a second. Like about, the white one goes about here at my heart. And then the red one goes on the opposite side under my right breast, which that's going to be hard because my boobs have gotten so big at this point now that I'm pregnant. They're like twice the size that they were before. And I do get some, like, it's just stuff rubs there, because the boobs are so big. So I'll put that under there. Hopefully that's where it should be at. Maybe I should have put that up a little higher. I don't know. We shall see. The heart monitor is now saying monitoring 100% battery. Open the battery door. I already stuck the batteries in and all that junk. Maybe I should have done that last. I'm terrible with directions. Like, I'm so ADD and I'm terrible with directions. Okay, recording a baseline. I have to set up a baseline first to see what a baseline looks like. Button located in the center of the monitor. Hold until you hear a beep and see the select symptoms. Symptom screen on display. So I locate it on the center of the monitor. I think it's this thing here. Hold until you hear a beep. Okay. And now it says my different symptoms and all that. And I'm going to scroll up or down. Hit the buttons. I guess other. Scroll down to the bottom of the select symptom screen and select done by pressing, I guess I select done. Scroll down to the bottom of the select, so if I hit that, now I can do a baseline reading. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna try to, I don't know if we can see that on the screen there. It's this little tiny thing. If I was elderly, this would be very difficult to set up, that's for sure. Baseline, because it's hard to see. Baseline. Step 4. Try to scroll down. Okay. Remain still for roughly 30 seconds. Well, hell, now I need my phone in order to figure out what 30 seconds is. we even have a thing for that, an app for that? I guess I can just count in my head. Roughly 30 seconds while the ECG data is being gathered. All right. Oh, I think I waited too long. Yep, I waited too long. So let me go through that process again. So it already reset because I hadn't recorded anything yet. That doesn't make any sense. All right, I'm going to try to record here. We'll see. Okay, that's been over 30 seconds, and it still says it's monitoring. Oh. I guess I ended it that way. I don't know. It doesn't say. It just says step 4 remains still for roughly 30 seconds while ECG data is being gathered. Please note a baseline will automatically be sent to CardioNet's monitoring center. So it's sent through cell phone like device basically. CardioNet will contact you if additional recordings are needed. Your monitor will detect, record, and transmit your heart arrhythmias automatically. It's important that you record events when you are feeling symptoms. To record an event, select the symptom you are feeling. Yeah, so it didn't let me. Now it's saying monitoring again as if it's recording me. So is it just triggered? I feel like I need to call these people and say, well, what's going on here? Usually you do like a baseline reading and then you'd hit the stop button or whatever, you'd stop recording or whatever, but there was no thing for me to hit. And when I hit the main button, it just sent me back to the original, screen of stuff. So it says it's monitoring me now. Maybe my heart's doing something weird that it shouldn't be. I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to have to call them, though, because I feel like something's not right. And I don't want to wear this for 2 weeks and not be doing it right. Oh, it just beeped at me. Is that because I pushed this funny? When I cough, my heart rate tends to go really, really high. So we'll see how that goes. but it wouldn't let me go back to the usual thing and hit done. It just keeps saying monitoring. So, such a pain in the ass. Anyway, as far as hooking it up to me, I get this nice little thing that I can, it's got a little thing that I can stick on a belt if I were to be able to wear a belt, or onto my pants, and it'll probably bring my pants down. So I think I need to go to Target right now and go get pants that are a little bit looser, that are as thick as the exercise pants that I had before, that are a little more stable, that will stay up. Ooh, the baby's kicking. And it's just such a pain in the ass, really, because I've got stuff to do. I've got to grade papers, and I have artwork that's due for the Rumpus for next week. And also that artwork that's due for Rumpus, it's a piece on miscarriage, which the editor knew that she knows that I'm pregnant. She asked me if I'd be okay with it. I had to think about it at first. I was like, But I decided, all right, I'll do it. So I'm doing art for a creative nonfiction essay that has to do with miscarriage. And I'll be doing 4 or 5 images, and I have to do that this weekend. So I'm busy. I gotta get my grading done today as much as I possibly can, and then this weekend I have to work on the art for the Rumpus. And so I don't really have time to go to Target. It's almost, is it rush hour now? I think it's not. Yeah, it's almost rush hour. It's not quite 3:30. Anyway. If in case you're wondering what's behind me, this is from an MRI from back in the day. It's from like my torso, and I just think it's cool, so I hang it up. So the sunlight shines through it, and it looks kind of neat. And I'm an artist, so it's weird shit that looks cool to me. Anyway, all right. So sorry, this is a long post. I know your attention spans are supposed to be done after 3 minutes or something ridiculous like that. But if you bothered to watch the whole entire thing, that's the latest update. All right, take care. Bye.